Welcome to the Elevation Edit. I am Felicia Bagsby, your host, and today I am here with Raven Bryanna, and she will be talking with us about a story that we all have heard about and that we are all familiar with. Today, Raven is here on the Elevation Edit to celebrate the life of her sister, Saimara Washington. With that being said, Raven, thank you for being a guest. Thank you for being here. How are you and your family?
We're doing okay.
You're doing
Taking
okay.
it day by day.
I totally understand that. Raven, today we're coming here because when we spoke, you said that you really wanted to celebrate your sister. For those that are watching that may not know what happened, 3 weeks ago today, you would have been celebrating your wedding in Greece with the love of your life, and which is any girl's just most amazing moment. But that at some point got blurred with devastating news of the death of your sister, Samaria. And Samaria did not just die, Samaria was killed by her boyfriend, 14 shots. With that being said, we want to just talk about and give her the life and the celebration that she needs. So thank you for being here. And I want to say, how do you process that situation in that moment, hearing the news? How do you process that?
Well, how I processed it was I'm happy that I stayed because I had the option to go home or stay in Greece, but I chose to stay because it gave me the opportunity to process things on my own instead of being home and processing it with my family. I was able to stay with my husband and really connect with God in a beautiful place. So I'm happy that I was able to stay.
And I'm glad you said that. With how your sister lost her life, a lot of people would question God. A lot of people would be angry with God. A lot of people would feel, God, how could this happen? My sister had her whole life ahead of her. How has that changed your faith? Or if it's changed your faith, what has it done for you?
It has actually made my faith even stronger
Mm.
because I've seen how God has moved in my life, especially with dealing with this. He's gave me strength that I didn't even imagine I could have in a time like this. And because I know the God that I serve, He did not do this, He did not take her away. This was pure evil.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell us who Samaria was beyond the headlines. Before any of this, she was a sister, she was a cousin, she was a daughter, she was a granddaughter. But who was she to you behind the headlines?
She was my sister first. She was my assistant. She was my little helper, my little model. She was a lot to me, but I love the fact that I saw a lot of myself within her, Samaria. I saw that she was creative. She was a go getter. She always wanted to work. She had her own little business. I just saw that she was always looking for the next thing.
Really? That is so amazing. If you had to think about her right now, what are three words that best describes your sister?
I would say talented, creative, and caring.
With her being so talented and creative, and I know kind, do you think that her personality made it where she could not notice certain behaviors or certain things that you never contribute to anything that's this horrific? But do you think just being who she was and being so forgiving and just innocent, she didn't see certain behaviors?
Mm, I would say that maybe, but I do believe that God gives us signs. He gives us warnings. If you're a Christian, we have the Holy Spirit to guide us every day. So even though she did not tell us anything with her relationship that was abusive, I can't say that God never gave her any warnings
Right.
about her relationship or about him.
Right.
So
Because I know public perception will always come out. Wait, this was very aggressive. This was very violent. And, why weren't there ways that it could be seen? But a lot of times we don't often know. And I feel like young women today don't always have an opportunity to say something because we're thinking, oh, they're probably going through this or going through that. This may be something that this person will get over. Do you think that that's a real situation in today's society?
yeah, I believe people give people the benefit of the doubt, but I do believe that when we do see those red flags, it don't need to be something that's swept under the rug because we
Absolutely.
don't know people's intentions.
We don't know their intentions for sure.
Yeah.
And, even though I can't imagine, one, I want to still say again, thank you for even wanting to talk about this. It's so big of you to, one, keep God the center and for you to want to come on a platform for your sister. That's a big deal because she was and is worth celebrating. What is your favorite memory of her?
Mm, I have so many memories. Uh, my last memory of her, she came to my house and she wanted to get in the pool. And she was just by herself. Like, she didn't even want me to get in the pool with her. And I just love the fact that she was okay with just being by herself solo, really just knowing who she was as a young woman. She was really growing into herself. And I admired that about her.
I love that. What do you hope people remember about her years from now? What do you want them to remember?
I want the people that wrote me about Samaria, about how kind she was and what she's done for them in school or either at work. I want them to remember the person that she was and the way that they treated her.
Can you tell me about some of the things that was sent to you about her? Some of the kind words?
Um, yeah, some people told me that they helped her at school, like if they was like a new girl or her dance teacher. She said that Samaria never mind helping with hair and makeup, and she was just always willing to help anybody that needed help. And I love that.
Yeah.
So I want them to remember her by the person that she was, not what happened to her.
Absolutely. Is there a lesson she taught you that you carry today that you say, Samara would always want me to remember this, or something that's dear that she taught you?
Mm, something that's dear that she taught me. I feel like I was always teaching her, but
I love that. That's what big sisters do.
yeah,
That's what big sisters do.
I would say her situation taught me more what happened to
Mm.
her. Yeah. So her
Wow.
situation that has happened to her has taught me to, if God gives us a discernment, which he does, gives us discernment to follow our discernment and not just brush it under the rug because we don't know what's on the other side of being disobedient to that discernment that he gives us or that instruction. So
You spoke on that a couple of times just in the last few minutes. Do you feel in your heart that there were signs that may have been ignored or signs that your sister may have felt that wasn't as aggressive that would lead to what happened that she probably ignored?
yes, we know a
Mm,
couple things, but we can't speak on things until the court date. But
absolutely.
yes, I do believe that she was giving signs.
I think it's, well, before I get that, I want to finish, celebrating her and then we'll talk about that.
Mhm.
What is something about her that most people never got a chance to see?
I feel like people didn't get a chance to see her ambition of wanting to be more of a business owner.
Yeah.
Before she passed away, she was texting me about starting a hair business. And I was like, girl, you know I got a hair business. Why you want to get But I love the fact that she was always just trying to elevate herself in any kind of way.
I
I
love
really
it.
admired that about her.
Okay. If she were sitting here today, what do you think she'll want people to know about her?
I would think she would want people to know that she loved God. She was going to church by herself. She really was seeking him on her own, and nobody had to tell her to. I feel like she want people to know that she's just a sweet girl, and what happened to her do not define who she is, and what happened to her do not define the situation that she may have gone through.
Absolutely. And if she was sitting here today and you could turn back the hands of time, what would you tell her? If you had this one moment to say something to her, with knowing what you know now.
I would tell her that I love her and I'm proud of her. And I would tell her that she don't have to try to be anybody else but herself. And if you see anything, if you feel anything in your heart about a person, don't ignore that.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like she maybe was ashamed of some of the things that allegedly or possibly was happening within her relationship?
Maybe
Mm-hmm.
because she went through a relationship before that and it was toxic.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe so, but I'm not completely sure. She didn't tell me a lot about her relationships, but that may was the case as well.
What do you think? And this is definitely not on our pre questions. What do you think today? Because this is such a serious topic, and knowing and getting the answers that I'm getting from you now, what do you think the young ladies today, not just in our community, but in general, in dating? We fall in love at 21, 19, 21, and we think that that's our forever love when love has just really begun. But we go in so aggressively. The young women and men today go in so aggressive. What is it, if you had something to look in that camera and say today, after losing your sister and after being in a prior toxic relationship, what would you tell that young woman to help her to say there is an out, or this isn't your last love? What would you tell her?
I would tell her to first seek God on
Mm.
your relationship. Do not be quick to, I'm just say, open your legs.
No, come on, we're here. Yeah.
Do not be quick to open your legs. Really seek God on who you're talking to, dealing with. Start as a friend first,
Mhm.
and then possibly work your way up to a relationship. But because I just believe soul ties are real.
Soul ties are real. And with your spiritual background, and you have led with God beginning to now, and you said how much she would initiate going to church herself. Do you feel like the devil just had an opportunity to seek in, or was it just not listening to our inner voice? And as women, as men too, I'm sure they have that same ability. But as women, we have that inner voice when we know something is wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because all the devil needs is a crack and a
That's it.
foundation to get in.
Okay.
So I 100% believe that. Yes.
How have you found the strength to keep going on outside of your faith with your mother, your sister? How have you and the family found the strength to keep going on?
Well, for myself, I can speak. I found the strength by being there for my mom. I have a younger sister as well. I have to be there for her. But also having a safe place at home. My husband, I could not get through this without him. He has really been the person that I've been able to express myself to. I can have this armor on outside, but when I get home, I know that, okay, this is my safe place.
And I think that's what every young woman, older woman, any woman wants,
Mm-hmm.
is a safe place in a man. But what I'm seeing today, or a partner, I'll say that in general. But what I'm seeing today in our community in itself, not just everywhere, that there's a lot of domestic violence. There are a lot of things that people do not speak on. There are a lot of things that haven't been spoken on. Looking back at the, you said that there were things that happened. We know you can't speak on it. If you could speak on it today, would you have encouraged her to just walk away? Would you have encouraged her to seek help? Would you have tried to reach out to the accuser and let him know, hey, what you're doing is foul? Why are we here at this moment?
I would say all of the above because this accuser is the person, he's been around our family multiple times.
That's what I wanted you to get to. Yes, I remember you telling me that.
So he's not a stranger to us. Before we left the Greece, he was actually at our family like wedding dinner. So that would be the last step. I would reach out to him, but I would definitely encourage her to leave.
Yes,
because we don't.
And you guys, like as a family, because you told me prior to our interview that he was around. You led him into your intimate settings, and there were still no signs,
right,
from him of any type of anger like this.
Yes.
Has he shown? And I think this is going to be our last question for him because this is totally celebrating her, and he doesn't have a place on this platform. But I do want to know this, and I want the audience to know this, the court systems and anyone else. Has he or did he show any remorse for what he did?
No, not at all. Not that we know of. No.
How would you want Samaria's story to change or inspire another young woman?
I would want her story to inspire women to seek God on y'all relationships. If you see a red flag, do not ignore a red flag. Talk to a friend, a pastor, anybody that you can trust in your life, and lead with God.
Lead with God. So for those that, because it's a true thing in today's society, there are a lot of young people that question their spirituality. They question, who they want to believe in when it comes to that. What do you say to that person that don't go to church or may have questions about that? What do you say to them that really needs to go to someone and say, hey, I'm in trouble, or hey, this is what happened to me? What do I do? What do you say to that young girl that's your age, beautiful, like your sister, beautiful, and to have their life taken? What do you say to them that don't have a spiritual connection?
I would say find a older person, maybe somebody that you can trust, a friend, somebody that you know has your best intentions at heart. Even me, you can come to me. I'm always open.
Absolutely.
I want to be the open door, especially for young women, because I don't want to see this happen again to nobody else.
So with everything that's happened, have you started or your family started seeking counsel, seeking therapy? Because that's really important. You have?
No, not yet, but we are in the process.
Good. Yes. Good. Your mother right now, I know that I couldn't imagine. I'm a mother of 4. I could not imagine, losing a child, and I definitely couldn't imagine losing a child like this. How is she? How is the process going?
I think she's taking it day by day, but this has really shattered her because it's always been 3 of us, and her girls are her world. So the process for her have just been a lot of waves. I feel like it's been like that for all of us, ups and downs. So she's just taking it day by day.
Right. How is your sister? Because she's the baby. So they were close in age.
Yeah, same. I think she's just taking it day by day. She just got a new job. So anything to keep her busy, I'm just trying to do with her, things, taking her to the movies or shopping, anything to just keep her busy.
If this was the courtroom right now and this was the trial,
Mhm.
hypothetically, and you had an opportunity to talk face to face to the judge, talk face to face to the accuser, and get justice for your sister, what would you say?
Mm. Honestly, I'm not even. I don't have any hate in my heart towards
Mm.
him, so it wouldn't be anything that's hateful.
Okay.
I would just want fair justice for my sister. That's all. I think we all just want that.
And what is fair justice look like for you and your family?
Um, I don't want to say I'm not 100% knowledgeable on the juries, like the system right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I want him to get the highest levels of
Yeah, for his crime,
crime.
punishment for his crime.
Yes.
I think it's amazing that you are able to sit here. I'm not a vengeful person, I don't think. But I think it's amazing that you sit here 3 weeks later and able to say that you hold no malice in your heart. So you've already forgiven him.
Hmm. But I know it's not me. It's God.
I love it.
It's not me.
It's not you at all. Because you have no feelings of, intense anger. You've already released that and allowed God. And that's another reason why I'm glad you're here. Can you tell me, this is 3 weeks out? This was a very delicate, hard, and unbearable thing to go through. And you chose the Elevation Edit to share your story and to give your sister the respect and the light that she deserves. Why did you choose here?
Well, because I love what you do, and I just wanted her name to be more than just a headline,
Right.
and more than just she got killed on my wedding day.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted her name to be shown bright,
You
not just
yes,
what happened.
you wanted her name to be bright and stand alone.
Yes.
Because like you said, she came to get in your pool alone.
Mm-hmm.
And she stood alone. She didn't need a big crowd. She was able to stand and shine. And you wanted that day to be about her.
Yes.
Do you feel like the community treated you and your family with the utmost respect?
Yes.
Really?
We have had amazing support.
Wonderful.
Even when we in the stores, people just recognize us about Samaria, and it's really sweet. So
Really?
yes.
You told me something prior to us interviewing about where she used to work. And I really wanted to give them their flowers publicly. Can you tell me about what happened with where she worked?
So she used to work at Top Golf, and they have just shown us the most amazing support when it comes to just financial support, their support being there physically, and even they made a memorial for Samaria in their break room. I just thought it was just so sweet how they just really just shown that they care.
I do want to reiterate on that. A huge, huge shout out to Top Golf. I won't disclose any amounts out of respect for the family, although I think it was amazing. That's big. That shows how you feel about your employees. It shows how you feel about and how you did and do feel about Samaria and her family. So a huge shout out to Top Golf. Right now, you're in the healing process.
Mm-hmm.
Healing now just looks like getting through the court case. I do think that our lives matter. I do think that black on black crime is sad, any crime, but I do feel like your sister was someone. What is it? This is your chance. I want the world to see it. I want the world to raise their balloons and their lights up for your sister. And we're going to say her name, Saimara Washington. And what do you want to say? Anything else that you want to say about your baby sister that you didn't get a chance to tell her? This is your time.
I just want to say that I love you, Samaria, and I'm proud of you. And to everybody else, whatever memory you have of Samaria, hopefully it's all good. That you all just keep that memory and keep her name alive the best that we all can. But I also have plans to do something in her name next year. I'm working on, so
Do you want to talk about it?
I can.
Let's talk
I
about
want to
it.
start maybe like a scholarship fund
Okay.
in her name. I just want to do anything to keep her name alive.
So now that you just said that, of course, we would definitely want to donate to that.
Okay.
FS and MS and Elevation Edit. Well, if you want to do a scholarship, would it be for domestic violence? Tell me more about it. What do you want to do?
I think I'll
Because the community needs to help with that. This is a
Mhm.
serious thing.
I want to do more of a scholarship for younger women, maybe like women out of high school or going to college. Not really domestic violence.
Not
But,
domestic violence.
yeah,
So
young
with the
women.
scholarship, do you want to educate them on dating? Do you just want to give them something to go to college? What do you want it to be for?
Just to start, like a head start on college.
Just a head start on college,
Mm-hmm.
or okay, if they don't want to go to college and they want to start their business,
Mm-hmm.
you want it to be that as well.
Well, for the first year, I wanted to be focused around school. So either a high schooler or a college graduate or someone going to college, like that.
I love
Just for the first
that.
year. Then we can always expand.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that is wonderful. Please keep me in the loop of any of
Okay.
those things because we definitely want to be a part of that to help. And of course, will you name it after her?
Yes,
I love it.
will.
I love it. Anything else that you want the world to know about your sister?
That Samaria was loved. She was creative. She was talented, and she was more than just a headline of what happened to her.
Okay, you guys heard it here first. The interview with Samaria's oldest sister, letting us know that she was so much bigger than what happened to her. Although you cannot forget what happened to her, it's so important to remember it was a person behind all of the nasty things that took place, and that she was such a bright light to many people. She deserves the respect. She deserves justice. And right now, her sister gave her a platform of love. Thank you for watching the Elevation Edit. Bye.
Bye.